What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. Today I am bringing you the top Pokemon card auctions of the week. Folks, I'm probably never going to run out of material for the series because there were just so many auctions this past week on eBay. PWCC Golden Auctions had quite a few bangers on it, so I hope you got some time to spare because we're going to go over a ton of very noteworthy auctions today. Now, before I get into these auctions of the week, I want to encourage you to please use my eBay link below if you do any shopping on eBay to support the channel. Now, I know a lot of other Pokemon YouTubers have affiliate links as well, but when you click on mine, it feels right, you know? So, thank you so much for doing that. Let's jump right into these auctions of the week that y'all came to see, starting with some modern in this Rayquaza VMAX as a PSA 10 sold this week for $10,099. Not quite. How do things like this happen, right? I don't know. I came across that, I'm like, all right. But more realistically, the Rayquaza VMAX in PSA 10 has been selling for around $480. A few more cards from Evolving Skies here that aren't the alternate artworks. In this Espeon V full art card is sold as a Gem Mint 10 for $102.50. This Umbreon V, also a full art card, sold for $144.50. And the full art Rainbow Rare Glaceon VMAX also sold this week for $123.50. From Fusion Strike, we saw a Celebi V alternate art that sold for $183. And then from Evolution Set, we saw a holographic Magneton hit some pretty big numbers as a PSA 10. This week, one sold for $532. So there are some holos from Evolutions that are not that valuable, that have a little bit more in the pop report, like Ninetales, Gyarados. And then you got some like Magneton and Chansey that are a bit harder to grade and go for quite a bit more when it comes to these auctions. Here we have the Burning Shadows Charizard GX. However, this is the full art Black Star promo that we normally don't cover. We usually cover the Rainbow Rare version, which we will see later on in the video. But this one here sold as a PSA 10 for $510 this week. And then a couple of Japanese Black Label cards. Here is a BGS 10 Black Label Legendary Heartbeat Zacian that sold for $610. And then the BGS 10 Black Label Raikou Legendary Heartbeat card sold for $710. From Team Up Set, we have a full art Gengar and Mimikyu GX Rainbow Rare. Definitely one of the better cards from the set. It sold this week for $218.50. And speaking of Team Up Set, the Team Up booster boxes are very, very close to $1,000 in value. This week we had one sell for $900 even. So I think pretty soon here we're going to see a sealed Team Up booster box sell for 4 figures. And that's going to be it for Modern this week. Let's jump on the vintage train, starting with this Unlimited Clefairy Holo from base set that in PSA 10 sold for $909. Now this, along with the PSA 10 Chansey Unlimited Holo from base set, are two very low population cards from Unlimited base set. So that's why you're seeing the almost $1,000 price tag for this card. We also saw an Unlimited Holographic Venusaur sell for $1,900 as a PSA 10. And then check this out, you don't see these sell very often on eBay. Normally you see these on PWCC, but it is a PSA 10 first edition base set Mewtwo holo that sold for $14,900. Like I said, a rare occurrence on eBay nowadays. Normally people list these with other auction houses like PWCC or Golden or Heritage. So yeah, I wanted to make mention of that. And we also saw a base 2 holographic Charizard in PSA 10 sell for $8,300 this week. This is actually quite a low pop Charizard card. I think there's only like 50 or 60 PSA 10s, which is really low considering this set is, 22 years old. So base 2 Charizard hit a pretty impressive number this week. We also saw a couple of not so impressive prices. We had a holographic first edition Giovanni trainer card that sold for $200 as a PSA 10, which is freaking dirt cheap. When you think of the price of these booster packs, you're not going to get a booster pack of Gym Challenge first edition for less than $200. So you got a holographic card here, PSA 10, only $200. It's crazy. And then we also saw a Dark Golbat first edition holo from Team Rocket set got the PSA 10 and only sold for $293. And like I said with the Giovanni holo, you're not going to find too many first edition Team Rocket packs for less than $300. Here are a few other cards from Gym Challenge that didn't do too shabby. A first edition Misty's Gyarados sold for $695. Then the first edition Rocket's Mewtwo sold for $1,125. Here we have the one and only legendary collection card in this reverse foil Moltres in PSA 10 that sold for $710 this week. On to the Neo series, we saw a first edition holographic Togetic in PSA 10 sell for $615. And then check this out, folks. You're hardly ever going to see this. This is a PSA 10 Unlimited Holo Slowking from Neo Genesis that sold this week for $11,200. Whew, this is a super duper low pop card, kind of on the same line as the Typhlosion 17. Speaking of Typhlosion 17, I actually forgot to cover this last week, but it is a DGS 10 first edition Typhlosion 17 holo. That sold for $3,950. Now, I hardly ever cover DGS cards. I don't know how strong this card is. I don't know if it has a PSA 10 potential or not. But this one right here sold for almost $4,000. What do y'all think? You think this is a good pickup to maybe cross over to BGS or CGC or PSA? Let me know in the comments. All right, moving on, we had a seller this week unloading some serious heat from Neo Discovery and Neo Revelation set. Let's go over a few of the cards they were selling. Here's a first edition Houndour holo from Neo Discovery that sold for $4,750 big ones. Then the first edition Houndoom from this set sold for $2,247. So it's obvious to me that the Houndour is a much lower pop PSA 10 compared to the Houndoom from this set. And then we saw the first edition holo Umbreon sell for $6,500 this week, along with the first edition Espeon rookie card that sold for $3,200. We saw a couple of very scarce PSA 10 cards from the Revelation set. Here is a Magneton that sold for $2,225, and then a Misdreavus, however you say it, PSA 10 sold for $8,988 this week. All right, on to a couple of interesting E-Series cards. Here is a reverse foil Squirtle from Expedition set that sold for $460, along with the reverse foil Charmander that also sold for $460. Here we saw a PSA 9 holographic Gengar from Skybridge that sold for $1,309. And then a Scizor PSA 10 holo from Aquapolis sold for $810. And then check out this stunner right here. This is the holographic Ampharos from Aquapolis set that sold as a PSA 10 for $5,766. And then this seller also had a Crystal Golem up for sale from Skyridge that sold for $1,513. And lastly, from the seller, we saw an Umbreon EX from Unseen Forces sold as a Gem Mint 10 for $4,800. A couple of very noteworthy auctions from SM Pratt. Here is a 20th anniversary Team Rocket and Giovanni case, still sealed. It sold this week for $6,936. And then you had a couple of cards they sold as well. Here is a 2003 Victory Ring Spring Battle Road promo card in PSA 9. It sold for $3,051 big ones. And then a Japanese Shining Mew in PSA 10, which we've seen time and time again selling for big numbers this week. It sold for $2,945. And then we saw a sealed Pokecard Creator Pack, which includes, I believe, 5 cards, and it sold for $1,825. And within this pack, you can get this Pikachu card that also sold as a PSA 10 for $9,500 this week. So, very low population card. So a very low population card right here, and the numbers reflect it. Any Heart Gold Soul Silver fans out there, you are in luck. We got a ton of cards from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Here's a Feraligatr holo that sold as a PSA 10 for $670. The Meganium sold for $620. And the Typhlosion was double the price of either one of those two, selling for $1,325 this week. Here is a Pikachu holographic promo that sold as a PSA 10 for $339. And then an Electivire pre-release staff card that sold as a Gem Mint 10 for $430. We also saw a Ho-Oh holographic. This is a promo card that sold for $2,250, along with a promo holographic Lugia that sold for $1,525. And to finish off the eBay auctions, here is a Pop Series 5 Espeon Gold Star that in PSA 9 sold for $4,050. And then a Japanese BGS 10 Giovanni Scheme. I believe this is the card you can get at a Team Rocket box we covered earlier. This card sold this week for $7,200. All right, on to some very notable PWCC auctions that occurred this week. Here is a PSA 10 Rainbow Rare Charizard GX from Burning Shadows that sold for $1,980. We also saw a first edition Holo Dark Charizard sell for for $3,840 this week. The first edition Blaine's Charizard sold for $3,720. And then a first edition PSA 10 Ho-Oh from Neo Revelation set sold for $3,240. A first edition base set Nidoking sold for $5,580. And we saw the Shining Magikarp in PSA 8. This is a 600 point fan club Japanese promo that sold for $6,900. A Charizard Holo from EX Crystal Guardian sold for an even $6,000. And then we saw a first edition Magneton from base set sell for $7,800. The Charizard from Stormfront set, this is a secret rare card, sold for $9,900 this week. And then a PSA 10 first edition base set Gyarados also sold for $9,900. A first edition Alakazam from base set sold for $11,100. And then we saw two PSA 10 Crystal Charizards from Sky Ridge sell this week, both sold for $14,400. And lastly, for PWCC, here was a lot of 87 PSA 10 non-holo first edition base set cards that sold for a total of $25,800. Definitely a lot of heat in this set. I see a couple of Pikachus. I see a few of the non-holo rare cards from this set, so yeah, $25,800 for 87 of the PSA 10 slabs. And we're gonna check out the auction block from Golden Auctions. I reviewed this about a week or two ago, kind of gave you a preview of what was coming by, if you check that out. But here we have the Logan Paul first edition box break packs, and they seem to average between $11,000 and $12,000, which is pretty much what I predicted they would be, which is close to the price of his first edition base set box break. So yeah, about $11,400, give or take a couple $100, seem to be the average of what these packs sold for. We saw 5 different cards from the 2005 Tropical Wave set sell for $23,800. A Japanese Flareon Gold Star, this is the 30,000 point promo card, sold for $7,320. And then we saw a PSA 10 Unlimited base set Alakazam that was signed by Ken Sugimori, and it sold for $5,666. So wow. That autograph there put quite a premium on this card. We saw the big 3 here, all first edition PSA 9s from base set that sold for a total of $33,601. The Dark Dragonite No Holo Error first edition card sold for $12,600. I was quite surprised. I thought it would go for a bit more than that, considering there's only a pop of 5, and I don't see that number growing anytime soon. So I thought it would have went for a little bit more, but still, $12,600 is not a bad price. A PSA 10 first edition Venusaur sold for $18,000 even. And the auction of the week has to go to this trio of trophy Pikachu cards. One is a PSA 7, one's a PSA 7.5, and the other a PSA 8. All 3 of these cards sold for a grand total of $480,000. Whew, as usual, folks, that was a ton of auctions. I really appreciate you sticking around till the end. It means a lot to me, so please leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of these auctions of the week. That's all I got for you, folks. I will see you all in my next one. Thanks again.